Hey, what's up, guys? This is another product review regarding HUD system for your Tesla Model 3. So I recently bought a system for this car where you can actually cast what you have on a phone, and it's a system where you can cast almost everything that you have app-wise to your phone. And the company that also created this device, they have their own app that you can cast other stuff also. But what I want to review to you guys, this is still a very new product, which means that there's still a lot of bugs that the company needs to fix. And also at the same time, the company needs to have a lot more integration in regards to the system, because when you get into this car, you have to like connect to the app, connect to the Wi-Fi through the app, and then open their app basically to run that app to your screen. But you know, the product is not as simple as it looks, because sometimes it gets bogged down where it doesn't want to cast, or it just takes more time for you to fidget to, you know, the system to just get it on, to turn on and have the system here. So I'm gonna just kind of show you guys what it looks like, and what it looks like on my phone where the app is running. So the app, by the way, the company name is HUDLY Wireless. So HUDLY had a couple of already a heads-up display on the market, and this is one of the brand new one that they have, where a unit is you know, put on your dashboard, and you use your phone to either cast, you know, navigation map, road speedometer, or also other application to your smartphone. So the way that this system works is pretty straightforward, but like I said, you know, a couple minutes ago, that, you know, the system needs a lot more work, which, you know, for me, I'm okay with that. You know, the system just came out about a year ago, so they're still figuring out the application and also the update. So it should get better the same way as you know, the Model 3 is getting better when it comes to a car, and how the system is being updated by Tesla. So just a side note that, you know, when you're driving the Model 3, you know, Tesla don't have any like speedometer up front. So you're looking at your let me show you guys here. You're kind of looking at your screen here. Actually, I'm sorry. Sorry. All right. So you're actually kind of like looking at your screen on this end, right? So you're kind of looking at the screen where you have the speed and all of this other information. Everything you do with this car is through the screen basically, right? So there's good and bad thing about that. So if you're a driver that you got used to you know, driving all the time, that you have a speedometer here, you're always gonna look this way to kind of gauge the speed that you're driving. But you know, the thing that I notice about Tesla is the more you drive this car, and the more you kind of be aware the speed will be on this end here. I mean, it's not really a big deal. You know, if you're not that picky, it's not a big deal. You'll get used to it. You just have to kind of like pan your head to your right side to just kind of glance. Then you can still, you know, focus on the road, right? But the other good thing about what Tesla is doing by not having any speedometer here or the gauges here, I don't know if you guys noticed, when you guys start driving the Model 3, or once you start getting your car, you're gonna notice that it's actually a good thing not to have any screen here. And the reason being is it forces you to focus more on the road, because you could see the road ahead, and you're not, you know, distracted by looking at any of the screen on this end in front of you. So that's a good thing, and I don't think a lot of people notice, you know, that's actually benefit the driver instead of having a bunch of gauge here, where a lot of this car, nowadays have so many gauge. You have gauge on your front center console here, and you have gauge up front here. With the Model 3, you only have one here. But like I said, the more you drive this car, and you guys will see, once you start taking delivery of the car, or maybe you get that, cheaper car, maybe next year, Elon Musk time, like, so, Elon, you gotta get, just a plug-in. Elon, you gotta get those car up for some other people to drive by beginning of next year, alright? Going back to the HUDLY wireless. So, anything that, you notice on this end, you'll find out that you don't really need anything here. And the reason being is, like I said, you tend to focus more on the road, because you don't have to, look at a screen all the time, other than this screen when you're checking on your speedometer. Yes, you're gonna have a lot more stuff to do here, where you have to play with the vents and stuff like that, but you do that with the car anyways. So when you're driving this car, you can actually just put the vent on auto, and then we'll take care of all of those. And for, the direction of the air, you can just kind of, play around with where you want the air with, and you can just forget it, and then you're done. You're doing that already with your car, where you have a lot of the knobs and, buttons already. So that's not a big deal. So I feel like a lot of people are making a big issue of something that they're doing it already on their car. It's just a physical knob instead of LCD screen. But keep in mind, a lot of the phone that we have now are all LCD screen. So it's not a big jump if you think about it. But like I said, once you have this car, you'll find out that you're not gonna need a lot of those stuff, and it's not a big issue. So for me, what I did is, I installed this basically in front of the car here, and we're gonna drive a little bit later so I can show you guys how it looks in the morning and at night. At night, you will have to still kind of play around with the settings, where you want to put the setting as the lowest function when it comes to the LCD lighting. The reason being is, it's gonna create a double image if you put the screen into a higher resolution here. You see that it's creating a double screen, and the more I go up. But if you put the screen to just, let's say, settings to either 2 or 1 or even 0, that's when you actually works out at night, where you can still see the speedometer, a digital speedometer, and it's being transferred from your phone to this screen, and you can actually see it. And in the morning, you can just adjust it to, I would say like 2 would be ideal enough for you to see. But you see, the more we get out of the garage here, the more you see what would be a best setting for you guys in specific day or night. But I think in the future they're gonna probably update this, where it's automatically will switch on to different setting, not unless you change it the settings manually, where you will recognize it's at night and the best setting will be this, and it's in the morning and the best setting will be this when it comes to the lighting. So this is something that is actually pretty cool. I've been using it a couple months, I would say close to a month now, and I do like the functionality of it. But there's just a lot of connecting to your phone and then running this to your phone, and once it's connected to your phone, it's actually pretty hard to do anything else, because whatever you see on your phone is gonna start casting here. So you can, when let's say this is going on, you can't really just dial your phone, and your phone screen will show up basically. And it is just something that is, I don't think it's kind of like a good idea at this time, but for some people that might want to have a speedometer on their end, and they want to have a functionality in the future to adapt to this new technology, then you guys, this might be viable for you guys to buy. But there's some cool things about this also, and one of those is let's say you're supercharging your car and you want to watch a movie, right? You can actually plug in a movie by opening your Netflix account, and you can watch the movie right on this HUD. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if you guys buy this, do not cast a movie while you're driving. It's a stupid thing to do, even though you have autopilot. You don't want to do that. You don't want to show up to your friend, oh, you know what, I can watch a movie doing this. Watch it when, let's say, you're not doing anything in the car, or let's say you're supercharging your car and you're like bored and you want to see something and you can watch it through that screen. That would work, and that would be a functionality that you could do. But please do not do that when you guys buy this and start watching the movie through here while you guys are driving. It's not ready for that, and the autopilot is not even 100% to its beta testing, where it's actually is good enough for you to use hands-free, right? So let's so that's basically it when it comes to this HUD system. And let's go ahead and drive, and then we'll show you guys in the morning, and then I'll show you guys the unit also, how it looks and how you can connect this to your car. It's basically connect to your 12-volt outlet. So there's just one wire that you can run through your center console here and hiding it to the compartment here. And if you guys haven't seen my other video, I actually I created a 12-volt extender where I have my dash cam, which I also review here for you guys, when you can watch it on my channel also later if you guys are curious about my mirror dash cam that I have here. So you can watch that, where you can actually connect everything here, and what I have is connected to this socket right here, where you have your mirror dash cam connected to a USB, and for the HUDLY it's connected to this 12-volt, and you still have an extra 12 volts here. So having showed you guys that system and how I kind of set that up on my car, let me show you guys a little bit here, and when we go out I'll show you guys in morning view how it looks. So alright, so let's go for a drive, I guess, right? Oh, I think I accidentally turned off the switch for the 12-volt battery. So let's wait a little bit until right now, this is the thing that I mentioned to you guys, right? So there's a lot of like turning on and off about this system, where, like I said, it's not there yet, but it's getting there, but they need to improve more in regards to having this system to work seamlessly with your smartphone. When you get into your car, and then it should connect automatically, and it should be seamless, right? That's the whole point of having a Tesla. Everything should be seamless. And if you're gonna get a accessory like that you have on your car here, it should do the same thing. It should be seamless in a lot of ways when you drive, and when you use the system. So right now the system is booting up. So let me run through the settings here a little bit, so you guys can kind of see. That's how it looks when you first turn on the system. And now it will ask you to connect to your Wi-Fi. So once you found the HUDLY Wi-Fi connection, and then all you need to do is, I'm showing it to my phone right now, is all you need to do is just mirror the link to your phone, and it should transfer automatically to the screen. So right now it's transferring that information, and then it's gonna say it's ready to display, and then it's gonna display whatever you have on your phone. And then the next thing is you just have to open their app, and then you can choose the system that they have in here. If you just want navigation, or if you want navigation and also speedometer, you can do both. So I'm just gonna do both, and let's see if I don't run into any bugs. Because like I mentioned to you guys, the system does not always work. It works sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. So, alright, so let's get out of the garage here for you guys. Alright. Alright, let me close my garage. Alright, so when you're driving, this is what you guys are gonna see basically. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna make sure I don't. So this is what I'm seeing when I'm driving. You can see the speed and also the direction for the navigation system, right? So it's okay. I mean, for me, the way I set it up is it's actually pretty good, where you can kind of glance and you can see the speed that you're going through. So this is like my eye level right now, the way. So it's pretty accurate. I would say it's 1 mouse or 2 mouse in difference to what you're seeing on the screen for. There you go. So it's. I'm just gonna park here so we could go over how it looks and how the unit looks in the morning for you guys, so you guys can kind of see. All right, so you guys can see right now, it's pretty, like I said, the system is pretty simple, and you just have like your color lighting here. So let's say you wanna lessen the lightings, right? So right now it's on 5, then it will dim, the screen will dim automatically once you. So 0, I think, and then you go up to 1, 2, 3, 4. In the morning, you might wanna set this up around, I would say 4 to 5, and then at night to maybe 1 to close to 0, so you don't get that kind of like a mirror image on top here. And the system is, show you guys here. Get out of the car. It's pretty. It looks pretty, slick. I would say the design is. It could do better, I guess. It can be more streamlined, but it's pretty straightforward. You have your LCD screen there, and you have the glass, and the wire is going through here. The good thing about the Tesla Model 3 is you can run the wires to these small crevices here, and then for me, I just run it through there, through here, and then through the 12-volt socket that I have here for you guys. And you go see. So, and we'll go outside and I'll show you guys how it looks outside. So when you're driving, this is what you guys see. You know, it's you guys just see that, and I don't know if you guys see, it looks pretty slick, right? You don't. I know the wires still there. I'm still working on trying to like tuck those wires in permanently, or at least have some glue maybe. So that's how it looks on the side. And when you walk towards the car out, you see. Let me show you guys. Let me close the door for you guys here. So that's how it looks when in front of the car. That's how it basically looks there for you guys. And you go to the side here, it's very noticeable. You don't even see the dash, and I think the more you stand here, it looks actually pretty slick. It's very hard for you guys to see here, but it's actually look pretty slick. So, you know, the system is okay. And if you're not, you know, if something to have that speedometer on your end to when you guys are driving all the time, and you want to have some kind of speed indication there, I think this system might work for you guys. So I'm gonna put a link at the bottom for you guys to see, and you know, just click on the link. It will take you to that product, and you will, you know, give me some incentives also in reviewing some other stuff for you guys. But for me, you know, the product is okay. I'm gonna actually keep this and see where this company is going when it comes to the integration of the system for the car, and what other updates they're gonna have. And so far, I'm pretty happy with how it turns out actually. So I'm gonna go over with you guys around the car so you can kind of see also how it looks. If you guys haven't tinted your car and you guys in you know, near Santa Clarita or Valencia, you know, hit up Fresh Tint here, and they can hook you guys up with the great tint that they did to my car. So I'm gonna show you guys on the passenger side also at the back here how it looks, so you can kind of see how the LCD system works out. So right now it's booting because I closed the car and there's no driver in the driver's seat, so it just turned off. So right now it's kind of just, you know, booting the system. So another benefits about this system, guys, also is when you have this system on, let's say you have kids, right? And sometimes the kids, you know, you can give them iPad, or you can just cast whatever you have on a phone and you can run Netflix. You can actually put the system in here and have the LCD screen up so your kids can watch a movie or something like that. But, you know, like a lot of people nowadays, when they have kids, they just give them iPad and say, here, you can watch a movie there. But there's a lot of integration that you can use for the system. And when you guys look at it right now, the way I have it set up, you can see it's actually pretty slick, right? So I don't know if you guys, like I said, if you guys haven't seen my rear view dash cam mirror review for this cam, go ahead and check my other videos so you guys can see, you know, why I decided to get this, why I think it's one of the best accessory that you might have in your car in regards to having a camera, a dashcam camera up front, and a little bit of you know, video recording at the back also, where I install one of the camera here to point it that way. It's not the best location because you don't see a lot of, you know, what's going on at the back, but for me, I'm okay with that, knowing that Tesla maybe in the future they're gonna add a dashcam recording features on your car, so you don't really need a really high-end stuff to do that. But you guys can see it, how the screen looks right now along with the LCD screen at the driver's side here, right? So I mean, it's less clutter, which I like. You know, when you're driving, you don't want to see it. That's the whole purpose of, you know, having a clean dash with the Model 3, right? It's pretty it's pretty clean, where you don't have a lot of, you know, not needed materials. It's just the dash, and you have that center screen, and you have a good mirror that you can use. The the HUD is something that you guys have to decide if it's worth it for you guys or maybe not. But for me, for now, I'll keep it because I actually like the way the system works, and I'll do a follow-up video maybe in the future after I spent more time using the system and how the system pair up to other updates that they might have. So that's basically it. So if you guys wanna buy the system, just click on the description below, and then I will take you straight to that Amazon link for you guys. And let me know if this review helps you guys decide, or if this is something that you guys might want to consider for your car or for your Model 3 or any other car that you guys think you might want to have the HUD unit. So for me, the system is nice. It's I would say it's a little bit expensive, but check on the bottom. I think it's around 200. You can get him to 270 to 300. So, but at the same time, I think you can use a lot when it comes to how the functionality of the system works, right? So let me know what you guys think, and then I'll give you guys an update maybe in a couple of months from now, and see how the system works out and how we paired up to some updates that HUDLY company releases. And let me know if this might be an option for you guys. All right, thank you. See you guys.